Well, I played college football at Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia, for a guy named George Chomp. My 4 years there, I played offensive line, played offensive tackle mainly. Played a little bit of center there, but 3-year starter at offensive tackle and team captain as a senior. And then I started my coaching career right there with Marshall. George Chomp had left and went to the Naval Academy, and a guy named Jim Dinan became the head coach at Marshall, and I had graduated and that sort of thing. And I was part of like the little search committee for the head coaching job, and I think he kind of recognized me after the fact and asked me to be a part of his staff as a graduate assistant, part-time coach type situation. So I was at Marshall University with Coach Dinan for 5 years as a coach, and then he became the head coach at the University of Georgia, and I followed him to the University of Georgia, where I also spent 5 years as a defensive line coach, tight end coach, offensive line coach there. And then I went to Troy University in Troy, Alabama for 2 years. Worked for a guy named Larry Blakeney there. I was offensive line coach and recruiting coordinator there. And then I got the chance to go to the University of Tennessee and work for Coach Fulmer for 6 years, I believe, mainly as a tight end coach and offensive line coach. Also directed the recruiting there. And then Doug Marrone got the Syracuse job and went to Syracuse for 4 years, and then followed him to the Buffalo Bills, where it was prior to coming here to Oklahoma State. Well, as a football coach, you always kind of look and admire programs that have done well for over an extended period of time, not necessarily a team that, flashes and does something well for a short period of time. I think Oklahoma State is a team that, when you look across college football, has always been a team that you kind of looked at and said, they're a good football team, whether it was offensively, defensively, or on special teams. And then, of course, Coach Gundy having a long tenure here also got me excited. Well, I love it. I love the town. I love Stillwater. Everybody seems to be very personable. Obviously, I haven't coached in a game, so everybody's really nice, that sort of thing. But I really like the atmosphere here. I like the coaching staff. Very personable guys, good guys to work with. Coach Gundy's been great in terms of, hey, this is what I hired you to do. Go do your job, and so forth and so on. But everything's been great so far. Doing here in spring practice, and the kids have bought into what we're trying to get taught from an offensive line standpoint. Well, I think first of all you gotta develop the person before the player, and that was one of the unfortunate things, getting here so late. Didn't have a lot of time to really get to know my own players that I'm going to be coaching. So I think that's been a work in progress for us. Them to learn me and me to learn them. You'd like to have some extended time to really get to know the player, because I don't think you can motivate guys. Everybody's got to be motivated a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, I think if you believe in the 4 things that we preach on a daily basis, no matter what your talent level is as an offensive lineman, I believe I can get you better. Well, I think it's toughness. Offensive line, it's about toughness. And it's about the ability to finish the play, whether it's pass pro, whether it's a screen, whether it's a run play. You want to be able to finish on your assignment. Well, number one is get off, and that's when the ball turns over. How fast can I get to my assignment? The next one is strike, and that's how we go about blocking and teaching players, whether it's pass or the run game. The next is the body position. That usually entails a lot of different things about what's your landmark, all the certain footwork that you need to do to execute your block, and then it's finish. So to me, if you buy into those 4 things and you're consistent, and that's what you're talking about on a daily basis, no matter what the skill level of that offensive lineman, if they can do those 4 things, you'll see progress. And so far our guys are bought into that, and I have seen some progress in terms of those things.